or whatever. And all these universes on this level of dimension of thought, this vertical level of dimension, they're all this size. All the dimensions on this size are in this level of thought, this playing field, this video game that we are part of. What's up, guys? My name is Beast Mode, and I wanted to do something interesting today, something different, something creative. And so I hope you guys are ready for this. And I'm just going to tell you now, if you are not ready to venture down into the rabbit hole, don't watch this video right now. Just wait until you are in a state of mind where you can venture down the rabbit hole with us. It will make things will seem to just connect better for you, and it'll be a better experience. I'm just going to tell you that now. We're going to get a little weird in here. Who's ready to get weird tonight? Workaholics. Watch, it's a good show. So I was thinking about that commentary I did about what if I gave you a pill that could, let you remember everything. And I was like, I want to do more things like that. More commentaries about just crazy, thought-provoking ideas, just nonsense stuff, but things that kind of actually make you think. Not necessarily things we have to believe, but... What the heck is that? What? No. What is this? Get out of that. Where's just a normal paintbrush? Alright, well, this is the one we're doing, I guess. There we go. I wanted to do something, sorry, I kind of got distracted there doing this. One of the things I've wanted to do is follow up on that and think of all these crazy ideas, not necessarily things that we all have to believe, but just it's kind of interesting to think about. Like, we're really going to try and venture as far down into the crazy ideas of the human brain. And today this is kind of the thing I was thinking about. So we're going to talk about the universe. And you didn't hear that. I'm still kind of new to Photoshop, by the way. This new CS6, I'm not super familiar with it yet, so I'm still getting used to it, so bear with me. But I thought this would be fun to just draw it out, and we're gonna go through my thought process right now, and you guys are gonna follow with me. So here's a statement. What if we as the universe, we as Earth, all of us, are just a smaller part of a bigger thing? And that doesn't mean, I know there's planets that are bigger, there's stars that are huge. I'm talking about what if our universe, the known universe of us, is just a microscopic part in the big picture. Just literally microscopic, so small, not even the most powerful microscope we have could zoom in on it in proportion. Because it's true, it could be possible. It's actually not that crazy to think about. And it's almost a matter of fact. Because space is infinite, and space is, ever going. It is always expanding, and it's there forever. It's something our brains can't comprehend, the terms of forever, because something has to have a start and an end. But that's what the universe is. And as stated by Aristotle, because space is infinite, it can be infinitely divided in half, meaning it can always be getting smaller. You can always zoom in on the proportion. The proportion level can always get smaller because space is so big. You can just keep zooming out and seeing more and more and more and more of the picture, no matter how far you zoom out. Watch this. I should actually use a computer. I'm just going to start getting into this, and you guys are just more listening. I can't really zoom in any farther than this. But imagine, okay, say we are right here on this corner. We are right on that corner. That's what we're looking at. That is our universe. And we just gradually are just zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. I can't actually zoom out yet, but imagine the magnifying glass is getting bigger and bigger. It's covering a larger area. And you're just always zooming out, and you're always seeing a bigger picture, And here's a whole picture, and it just always, imagine it just went on forever, That is actually, it could be true. We can always be infinite time. So who's to say how big or how small we are? Technically, the universe, on a scaled level of how big we are infinitely bigger than everything. not everything. We are infinitely bigger than infinite things almost. But we are infinitely smaller than infinite things. Does that make sense? Are you following me? Here, let me explain this. We'll actually go to the... No, but there's actual pictures. Might as well draw on here if we're going to use it, right? So, let us use the paintbrush. We'll make a little bit bigger circle. Okay, that's a good size circle. We'll make it blue. Because blue circles are cool. Okay, here's Earth. That is Earth. I could color it in green, but I'm not going to. And that is Earth. That is not Earth. That is our universe. Our universe. So our universe is right here. Like that circle represents the entire everything, every planet, the sun, all the stuff we can physically see. That's our universe, okay? Now let's make this circle a tad bit bigger. We're going to go from 26 to 30. Like, here is the next universe. Or whatever. And all these universes on this level of dimension of thought, this vertical level of dimension, they're all this size. All the dimensions on this size are in this level of thought. This playing field. This video game that we are part of. And as you keep going through these here, let me go down to like 4 point. Actually get a circle. Change this to black. Like all these are dimensions of time. Not dimensions of time. Dimensions of like your perspective scale. If you were God and you could see this from over here, like here is Jesus. Blah. This is me. I am God. I have long flowing hair. And probably beard. And just for the heck of it, we're going to give you a cool mustache with the little points. Okay, this is God. You're God over here. This is you. That's you. You're seeing this universe from like the side. You're seeing it from, you know, a very big perspective. These layers out here, as we get bigger and bigger, are going to be bigger in sight. You know, they're going to act, God will actually see them as planets. As you move, as these planets, you know, as you zoom farther and farther in, like as in a microscope, as he zooms farther and farther in, you start to get into here. And then like super microbiology, you know, like real tiny stuff compared to up here, like you enter our realm of the universe, like our microscopic plane size of the universe. Everything on our plane size is in perspective with us, about the same size, you know. So our universe, however small that is, and the universes of the same size around us are in this plane. Are in this plane of everything, not even in our universe, in all of space. I mean, I told you guys better be ready to venture down the rabbit hole, because I'm going off right now on brain thoughts I don't even quite understand. This is all space. Everything here. This is all space. What you are looking at is not like actual things of whatever. I am saying in all of this space, out here, everything. Every single thing that is the size of Earth, that is the exact same size as this circle, anywhere out there, we are all on the same level of perspective. And what that means is like, it would be the first time, if you were zooming in on a microscope, you wouldn't be able to see us at first because we're too tiny. And as you keep, you know, turning the knob, getting closer, you're zooming, each time you're zooming a little bit farther in. You're zooming into the next perspective. And the first time where you zoom in far enough where you get to the perspective of when you can see Earth, like it's actually there now, that is our plains field. So the sun isn't in our plains field because you could see the sun before you could see the Earth. So everything, it's technically everywhere, these Earths, but we're all just in this. I'm just drawing it like proportionately side to side. So everything is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But you got to remember, the Earth, the universe is gigantic. Like it's huge. You know, it's infinite. It's infinite. So although we're in this plains field, there's going to be a bigger one. But then there's going to be bigger things than that. And then there's going to be bigger things than that. The universe will just continue. They'll just keep going. It's just, you can always zoom out. From God's perspective, you know, or from an infinite being entity perspective, if that was even possible, you could zoom you could keep zooming out. You can keep zooming out, so you're going to keep seeing things in a bigger perspective, bigger perspective, bigger perspective. I'm zooming out from you right now, bigger perspective, bigger perspective, bigger perspective, you know? And at the same time, you could do that going in. From Earth's perspective, you could keep zooming in. You zoom in, you zoom in, you zoom in, you know, and you keep getting to smaller and smaller things in space. And so technically, we are infinitely... I should just type this out with the type tool, but that kind of takes a while. But so does this now. Pretty sure I spelled infinitely wrong. Infinite. No, I think that's all right. Infinitely bigger than everything over here, because it's going to go forever. So we're bigger than a million bajillion infinite things. But we're also smaller than infinite things. Infinite. Infinite layers of perspective. So we're smaller. So this is us. What if we're just this small piece? Because technically we are. If you think about it, we are. I mean, if you believe in the fact that space goes on forever, unless you think all of a sudden you just hit the white line and you enter like Looney Tune land where you're just like this white guy, this guy standing in a world of nothing but white. Like you can't see everything everywhere is just white. I don't think that's true though, you know? So, I don't know, something to think about. Definitely a trip down the rabbit hole. And if this picture here doesn't make sense, then you probably didn't go down the rabbit hole far enough. People are going to see this thumbnail, and if they understand, they'll understand. Other people are going to be like, what the heck? Like, this must be a terrible channel because this kid put this thumbnail as his video. Like, why would he do that? This thumbnail is absolute terrible. It looks like a 2-year-old drew it. And quite honestly, that would be almost a true statement. I mean, it kind of does look like a 2-year-old, but it makes sense. We're just trying to describe a point. I'm not trying to draw art here for you. So this is definitely going to be the thumbnail. So let's just save it right now. We will save it as a JPEG, and it'll be the universe JPEG. Well, JPEG would always be a copy anyway. We'll save it into the thumbnails. Save. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, if you'd like to see more crazy ideas like this and just like times when maybe once a week you're in that zone where you're ready to venture down the rabbit hole with me, then you know, let me know if you want me to keep doing that, because I'll definitely venture into the rabbit hole with you guys. You guys are my brothers, and I would fight next to me. I know you would, because we all play Call of Duty, and that's how you got here probably in the first place. So yeah. Let me know if you guys want to. I appreciate all your support. If you could, like up the video if you did like it. If you disliked it, shit, you know, dislike the video, whatever. I guess feedback is feedback as long as it's constructive and not just blind hate. So I hope you guys did enjoy this, though. I enjoyed doing this a little bit differently. So we're going to say peace out. Boom.